What is up, everyone? El Civador here, and I'm bringing you a domination gameplay on Hijacked. I'm using the Scorpion with Fast Mag, FMJ, and Grip. I was actually just trying to get this gold, to get my submachine guns all diamond. And I have this one and the Chicom left. Once I get the Chicom, then they're all diamond, and then I'll be happy with that. I did not win this game, but I still did pretty good, so I thought I'd upload it anyways. Today I want to talk about very high anticipated news, like the new console, the Xbox 720 as most people want to call it, and Call of Duty Ghost. Well, with the new gen console, there's a lot of names that were leaked. Like first it was the Xbox Fusion, I believe, but obviously everyone's just going to say the Xbox 720 was the first name, but Xbox Fusion. And then recently I was reading and watching a bunch of videos about the Xbox Infinity, also known as the Durango, which I guess is a pretty good name. Seems kind of a broad name where you could just keep making consoles after it. But I think Xbox 720 would have been a perfectly fine name. It's supposedly supposed to be running on Windows 8 and play a lot more games than usual. A lot of rumors like they were supposed to take away pre-owned games, which would be a really bad move on Microsoft part. If they took away pre-owned games, Sony would get the upper hand on them, and then they would lose a lot of business. But one of the most important things that everyone's talking about is if it's an only on console where you have to be online to play games, which wouldn't make any sense at all. A lot of people play offline and because they can't afford live or whatever the reason is. But other than that, it's just pretty out there. Supposedly the graphics are supposed to be a lot better. I don't know about exactly what it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a lot better. The next thing I want to talk about is Call of Duty Ghost. I'm only going by rumors. I can't tell you exactly what is going to go on in that game, but from what I've heard is it's supposed to be a futuristic game with modern time weaponry, like guns you would see just normally, which is actually a good idea, because if they keep going into the future, then soon they're gonna have a Halo game, which isn't a good idea. And right about now, sorry to cut in, the Scorpion the Scar, I just go off with it, and it's just an amazing class setup, and I never really thought of using it, except a couple times I get lucky shooting through walls, and I was like, oh man, this is going crazy. But back to what I was saying, it's supposed to be a futuristic game with modern guns, which is a pretty good idea, I guess you can say, because if they keep going futuristic, they'll have a Halo type gameplay, which will keep it new and exciting, but they just keep putting themselves in a bigger hole where they won't be able to put out new stuff. Everyone keeps telling me, oh, which Call of Duty are you gonna like the most? Do you still like this one more than Modern Warfare 3, or Modern Warfare 3 more than Black Ops 1? I'm one of those guys that thinks the next Call of Duty is always gonna be better. But once it comes out, then I hate the game because you're doing bad, which is what a lot of people say, like, oh, I hate this game, when you're doing bad. Then the next minute when you get a swarm, you're like, oh, I love this game. Oh, I'm gonna play this forever. Me, I don't care. I play the new games because they're fun. Keeps everything fresh, and I don't get bored as easy. But I also play multiple games, so it's not like I'm always playing Call of Duty. Lately I've been picking up my Call of Duty a little bit more, playing a lot more so I can have more gameplay. Other than that, back to what I was saying, I think that it's gonna be more zombies, and zombies is gonna be a lot bigger. I think it's gonna be a campaign though, has to do with like that, the zombies, or even something of that sort, kind of like an I Am Legend kind of game where you're the only one left, or you have a little bit of team left and you're trying to survive off of that. Hopefully the multiplayer is the same. COD's gonna be COD and Halo's gonna be Halo, so everything's always gonna be the same. I don't think they're gonna make any huge changes like jetpacks or anything. It's not something that they would do. Another game I want to talk about is Battlefield 4. I haven't heard much about it. I'm not a huge Battlefield player, but from what I've seen, it looks absolutely insane. Like, it's just the best quality I've ever seen in a war game. So I might, it might be a big thing. Battlefield 4, you have to watch out for it. Also, Minecraft, finally, it's 1 year birthday for the Xbox. You know, there's like the new skin pack came out for the birthday, and then the Beast one. So that's one thing. And supposedly it's supposed to be adding a bunch of other texture packs, which is a good idea. I think they should just make it so you can have like different animals, and you know, sooner or later we're gonna have to catch up to PC with everything they have. We're still pretty far behind for Xbox. I play PC once in a while, but I just play Xbox because it's the console version. It's a lot easier for me to play. And they also make console a little bit easier, I guess you can say. You really don't have to go through all the steps of crafting. You can just put it in a bench. Everything's through the bench, or you just click X. Before, you actually had to put the sticks on, like PC. You had to put the sticks in each spot, and you know, a lot more things you have to learn. Kind of the lazy man's Minecraft. That's what the Xbox version is. I also want to bring up the PS4. Sony is so confident that they're not going to have a big letdown like they did for the PS3. They're not going to take a big loss right off the beginning, which I actually don't think they're going to take a big loss. A lot of people already plan on buying it, and it's going to be pretty big no matter what. So I'm fairly confident that they're going to be all set. It's probably going to be exactly the same as the new Xbox because of the fact they're competing with each other, which obviously every console's been like that. They copy each other in a certain way. One thing I hope they do for the new Xbox, though, maybe they'll put a Blu-ray player in, which is something a lot of people want. A lot of people want. Blu-ray player. People buy the PS3 just for Blu-ray player and Netflix. That's it. And PS3 has an edge just because of that. I'm actually gonna pull up some. Sorry about that, guys. I just went quiet for a minute. My mic just cut out. I was reading an article about EA won't pay for gun makers for rights in Battlefield 4, like the name of the gun, pretty much. And it says, from now on, EA won't paying gun manufacturers for rights to use the names of likeness of their weapons in Battlefield 4 and other shooters. It's pretty much because of a lot of criminals will use these guns just because it's in a video game, which is a really cheap sellout, just because they don't want to pay someone to use their name. So they're using, you know, all these bad things happening in the world to cheap out to pay the companies for the name of the gun. So they're going to make up their own names. That's what Battlefield 4 is looking for, authentic names and authentic weapons. It's a bit ironic. I said ironic. But they want to make themselves have their own guns now, which is ridiculous. I don't think is a good idea. No one's going to know anything about the guns, and they're not going to want to use them. I wouldn't want to use a gun called something random. Like the Peacekeeper in Black Ops 2. I didn't really think it was a good idea for a name, Peacekeeper. It just sounds like something, like a video game gun, you know what I mean? You think of like all the sniper rifles, and they have cool names, and then the Peacekeeper sounds like something you'd use in a riot situation. It's pretty funny, actually. When Peacekeeper first came around, I thought it was going to be more of a heavy-duty assault rifle, and my friend was right. He was like, you know, this is going to be a really compact SMG-looking gun, and I guess you can say it is an SMG, but I think it's more of an LMG because it's pretty powerful. And if you're ever looking up Battlefield 4 news, be careful because there's a lot of rumors and fake Battlefield 4 websites, and I've ran into a couple of them, and some pretty out there names. I haven't seen any official releases of like multiplayer yet for that, but I'm sure something will come around soon. I guarantee once Battlefield 4 releases their gameplay, like the multiplayer, then you know Call of Duty will, and all these new games coming out. I also haven't seen a picture of the new Xbox yet. There's no official. I guarantee one of them is official, and one of them is what it's gonna look like. But there's no direct link to which one it is. You can look up a bunch of like pictures of the Xbox Infinity logo, what it's supposed to look like. And I'm looking at a picture right now. It's an Xbox. It says Xbox 720 Become a Legend, and it has the Infinity logo. and it's like a white box. It looks like the old Xbox, but more flattened out. I don't know what they're gonna do and how they're gonna pull it off with a new look. I think the way the Xbox is now is doing fine, and it doesn't need to really change much. If they can fix a couple, glitches and fix their servers a little bit more, hey, it'll be even better console. Another thing I heard was that DLC is going to be a little bit different for Call of Duty Ghosts. It's going to be more monthly. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to wrap up this commentary right here. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.